Hello, everyone. Good day and welcome to Pro Creator Academy Facebook Mastery Day 4 Part 2. Yes, remember the last one we had was the one of Part 1. There we talked more about the what they call it now, the menu, that's Facebook menu. And now I just want to dive really into Facebook analytics so we all can, understand those things that we see whenever we get into our insight, and then be able to make use of it. Many of us are already making use of it, but just to have, that scope of this is what I'm doing, I think I'm doing it right, or this is what is this, okay, I think this is what is working for me. So that's why I intend doing here. So stick around, guys, and don't forget to hold your pen because I'll try my best to make this brief, but then let's dive in. So our objective for these particular analytics is why analytics matters for creators. Why do they matter for you? Because when you get to understand what you're seeing on your dashboard as the insight of every post, don't forget your insight that you see is on your posts. For every post or every content you make has got an insight. It has got an insight. So you understand what that content did. And then you also have an insight that happens in the last 28 days. That's the overview of your last 28 days of posting. So it's not like an overview of everything that has to do with your Facebook. It's just like every 28 days and then every single day, a particular post that you have made. So the insight helps you understand what works best and what doesn't work best for you, and how you are growing and what's happening to your content. Yeah, we'll keep diving further, so know what is working and why it's working for you. It could be what was my initial hook, what was this that I did, why did this go this way. It just helps you to like brainstorm. It helps you to improve your content strategy, yes, like I just said. So if you know that this is working and this is not working, you will change your strategy. And every day we get to improve on ourselves. It helps you to boost the engagement and earnings, because yes, when you'll be able to understand the inside and then you help yourself, you do what's working for you, you analyze it, you evaluate and everything, to help you boost more engagement and earnings. Because if you have gotten the monetization and all, and then you understand the kind of content that is working for you, you definitely will create the ones that will boost your engagement so that you start earning well on each post that you make. So most creators post and just hope, but with the analytics, it removes those guesswork. It helps you think smarter. So today we will learn how to measure what works, track our growth and optimize content for better results. So where can we find this analytics, these tools? Uh, if you watched the day 4 part 1, you would have seen how I told us to get into the dashboard where you get the insights. So yes, analytic tool set. When you click on your professional mode, you get to see it under insight. And then if you are using your laptop as a web browser, you see it under creator studio. So that's where you get it. So Facebook offers insight through both your mobile phone app, or if it's on creator studio on your desktop. Your dashboard post, it levels the inside. That's where you see insights and most performance tools. This dashboard has like 360-degree everything that you need to know about what's happening on your post or your Facebook or your performance, overall performance and all. Now we have to understand, understanding post insights, your post metrics that matter. So one of the things that really matters when it comes to the metrics that you're seeing there is the reach. So when you post something and you go on your content under the insights, you go on the content itself, and you click on that content, and it brings you an overview of what that content has done, the performance of that content. You will definitely see the reach. How many people saw your post? You would see it. And then it even goes further to tell you if they are your followers or non-followers. And it goes further to tell you, did you share, did you not share, how many eyes got to see it? You see. Then another thing that is also very important in the metrics is the engagement, the likes, the comments, the shares, was it saved, all those things, you see it on that particular place. And then the clicks, how many people actually clicked on your, so I talked about the impression is the people that saw it. It's just like I'm scrolling through my phone and then I see your post and then I looked at it and then scrolled past it. But there are some people, when they see the post, they see it and then they click on it. They actually click on it and get into the post itself. They don't just see it on the bypass. They click on it and get into the community. So the clicks tells you the people who saw your post and then clicked on it to either go further or like or then give you content. So it's this expands our understanding of what's happening to our post, to our content. Each post includes insights, reach shows visibility. So the reach will tell you, okay, this is how much visibility I've gotten. Engagement reviews interaction. So yes, engagement reviews interaction when you have likes, comments, shares, was it saved, and clicks show interest. So people who clicked on it, those people that expanded or tapped on it to expand it, those people showed interest. So that's, imagine it as, oh, this is rich. Okay, I got this amount of visibility, 20 amount of visibility, 100 and something amount of visibility. So that's good. And then I got this like, oh, out of these people that have seen my post, these people interacted with me. These are the amount of people that I got to interact with me, which is nice. I should go back and check what other of my content have I done that has given me this kind of engagement. Why do you think it gave me this kind of engagement? I should brainstorm with my um AI or something, or myself or anything. I just should brainstorm and say, okay, why do you think people interacted with this particular post? Why do you think like this? I remember there was a video I made reading out what people were talking about in regards what time means to them. And someone made a comment on that post and told me that this video I used to just create the video, that's to make this particular video, whereby I was bringing up people's information and what they were saying, I was reading it out. That she said she felt the video was like a movie scene, because that video I did it in the morning. The video I used as an overlay, or rather as the background. Then I started putting the other as comment of the other people of the audience as an overlay. That particular background video was done while I was going towards the city center, and it wasn't so bright yet. It wasn't so bright yet, and the day it was kind of dawn, and you could see the way the weather was, and people were just walking past. The tram was moving, cars were moving. You could see lightings everywhere. So she said she felt that video was a movie scene. Do you understand? So practically, she wasn't even listening to what I was talking about per se. She was attracted by the video itself. Do you see that? So, it's whatever we see in our engagement, that's the comments per se, helps us understand what is going on and why some people are liking what you are doing. You understand? So yes, that's this tells you what content grabs attention. So I should also try and create more content like that showcases what do you call it now, the scenery of the a serene a scene of moving vehicles, tram, cars. Obviously people like that, or the algorithm loved seeing that kind of movement and then puts me in the faces of people. Do you understand? So yeah, that's for understanding your post insights. So next thing we're talking about best practices for reels. Guys, for your reels, even your videos, but I'm doing this for reels because I always emphasize on because it's a real some of the time that brings people into your page, because they're the ones that get the reach. They are the ones that get the reach. They're the ones that people get to see quicker for you. So you should have those best practices. In fact, Facebook is the one that advises for these best practices for your reel. So if you want to create a reel, have this at the back of your mind to improve your reel performance by applying this best performance, these best practices. One of them is share your reel to your stories. This helps you, helps the reel, for you to reach more people. Sorry, guys. So this helps you reach more people. This helps you reach more people because if the reel is being shared to your story, I think there's a place for you to even turn it on. Facebook advises you. So if you keep doing what you're doing, you get to see those advice for you to turn it on so that your reels get to be shared to your story immediately. You make that post. So that's one best practice. There's even a tick bar on the side of your reel when you go to the analytics. It tells you if you have followed the best practices in regards reel. So yeah, share to your story. The next one is share your reel to groups. Very important for people to easily get to see it. More people, more eyes. Very important. Write a caption to grab your audience attention. A caption like a hook, a hook, a hook, a hook. The caption, write that caption down. Add hashtags to your caption. Let there be hashtags under. You see, when I emphasized the other time that we need to add hashtags. Hashtags, guys, helps you be seen when people are searching for you. Those keywords helps to optimize your content. You know, it once you use those hashtags, when people are searching for something that is in relation to what you have written or use as a hashtag, your content will come amongst them. So if someone is scrolling, the person may just come across your content because you use that particular hashtag on your post. So but then Facebook is telling us that using hashtags, adding hashtags to your caption is a good practice, or rather best practice, for creating your reels or whatever content it is. Then edit with at least one creative tool, such as adding stickers or text or effects to grab attention. So yes, so this editing part, you can put a text on the screen. Do you understand? You can put a text on the screen. Just like some people now, when they put a particular video or a reel, and then you see a heading of the reel, it's not on the caption now. You're seeing what is written, like just the heading written there. Do you understand? So that's another way of grabbing attention. That text that you write on the screen, or an emoji, a sticker. Facebook has given that available to you, so you can make use of it because it grabs attention. Oh, why is this? Why does this person have this kind of look on this? So it could be that what you're talking about is not what would drag their attention. Is that particular caption, or rather that text you put on the screen, or that emoji, that's that sticker you put on the screen rather, that has attracted the people to come and listen or watch that particular. They want to know, why is this thing happening here. They want to know and listen to what this thing is all about. So I remember there was one post I made. It was about stars, Facebook stars. And yeah, I was trying to tell people that if they use a particular link to buy stars, that they get more stars, that they get bonus stars. And on that particular post, I wrote, I think it was star senders or stars everywhere, something like that. And a lot of people who love the stars clicked on that particular video to watch it. And someone wrote in the comment section a very good caption. That meaning, this is what got me here. A lot of people are looking for stars, and then they just see that particular post and they just say stars everywhere, and they're like, okay, let me just quickly click on this and see what's happening here because I need stars. So it's just a way to brainstorm and just do something that can really attract your followers, because you know the kind of followers you want, the people that are in your community. So you should know what that's why I'm like, we need to understand this analytics, because when you know the people that follow you and you want to just maybe probably do content that appeals to these kind of people, you should understand what they love for you to get grab those attentions. You understand? So yeah, make sure, number 6, make sure that your reel is not mute. Make sure your reel is not mute. Voice over it. For me, I prefer using the voice over. Music most of the time gets copyrighted, so I try my best to avoid that. So yes, always make a voiceover on it, except maybe you've done the content, and then probably you had a flag up for the music you probably used over it, and then you can go mute it, because that affected a lot of people sometimes. And then when they went muting it, the flag up went off. So yeah. Also, your reel has to be between 15 to 90 seconds. The reel is 15 to 90 seconds. It's the best practice. But there's something that happens, and I will let you guys know this. There are some people who do reels that are for just 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds, and they get millions of views. If it's working for others, you can also do that. But then most people who do those kind of reels give you prompt information. Those people that use those kind of reels are probably doing casserole. Most people who are doing that are actually doing infographics. Yeah, most of them do infographics with those kind of reels, and it's just like a quick message. You already know exactly what they are talking about. So guys, it is very, 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 very important. Ensure that your reel is between 15 to 90 seconds, or then go look at what the big creators are doing. Try to grab one or two and then just use it, because it will definitely work. If it's working for them, guys, it will work for you. I always emphasize that we should always do our research in regards to that. And also, when you are editing your post, when you have edited it, there's something that happens. It tells you recommended pixels that should be used for it. It shouldn't be less than 720 pixels. At least it should be 720 or higher. Some people use 4K. It makes the camera quality or the video quality very, very beautiful. You can get it on CapCut or any of your editing app. It's very important we look into that when we are creating, so we have a very good visual on our video content. The next thing we're going to be diving into is metrics deep dive. And I said we're diving into the metrics deep dive. So I just want to like explain to you, when you see certain things on your metrics, on your analytics, this is what it means. You cannot, when you go there, this is what it means. So when you see Facebook views, this is the number of times your content was played. If you look at your post, you see something like an eye. It tells you, even beneath it, it tells you, it breaks it down for you. It tells you the number of times your content was played or looked at. This metrics counts the number of times your video were played, videos were played for at least 1 minute. How long that person stayed on your post. For at least how long? So at least 1 minute. You have the one of 3 seconds, you have the one I think 3 minutes too. So it tells you all of these things, at least 1 minute plus the number of times your photo and text were on screen. You see that the impression. So it tells you how many times your particular post came on screen and was there, the number of times. And then it even goes as far as calculating the minutes all put together. So then we have the watch time, the total amount of time your video was played for, including any time spent on replay. So when you see your watch time, that is the total amount of time your video was played for, including any time spent on replaying. And we have the average time watch. The average time watch, listen guys, is the time spent playing your video, the average time amount of time spent playing your video. So this can be calculated with the number of watch time divided by the number of initial views. So on average, how can we get that? The amount of the total amount of watch time divided by the time you first posted your video. How many, the initial posting, how many views did you get? It divides it with the number of times the video was played, and then it gives you the average watch time. You understand? On average, this is what people watched it. And then we have followers, could be from reels or from videos or posts. So normally when you create a post, so like this one, it's under a particular content that you can find it. So each content has information. So for instance, you have a particular maybe reel or video or post or something, and then you go to the analytics to understand what happened on that particular post. And then you see number of people who followed your page or profile within 24 hours of watching your post. of that your content. So it tells there's a place also under the analytics that tells you that this is the amount of followers that you grabbed when they watched this particular post. Because of this post, sometimes I get a notification and it tells me so and so person just followed you from your reel. So under that reel in the analytics, under the insights of that particular reel, that particular content, I would see the amount of people that followed me through that content, that particular content. Yes. So the next one is performance. Performance. So the performance means how your latest post has done in the last, as it tells you the ranking of your particular post, that particular post that you made, the ranking between it and the last 10 insights, maybe a period of 10 days or period of some days or a period of 10 space of 10 posts that you have made. This one and those ones, what position is on. I think I used to see that on YouTube too. It tells you this one is ranking number 7 out of 10 among all your content in the last so and so days. So yes, for performance, how your latest post compares to your last 10 and insights on your distribution. So it's the ranking and average distribution. Yes, and the next thing is audience retention. When you go on your analytics, you get this graph that shows you something. A graph, it's from in it gives you from 0 to 100 or so, and then the underneath part of it, it tells you like in minutes or in seconds or so, and then you see the graph moving either from 100 down to it. So that one tells you the percentage of time that your post was viewed or played for at various timestamps segments out of the total number of 3 second view. Most posts or video will start from 100% retention and curve downwards to play as play begins to drop off. So as play begins to drop off, you see that the graph starts going down. From 100, it goes down. So you start to see when people start scrolling through, like they just left the post, and you see what worked for you. And then using this kind of method, if you understand this and you go look for your best performing content, you'd see the time those people left. So you have to create something similar again like that for it to work better for you. Yes. So the next thing is engagement tells you. So yeah, we got engagement also under our insights of a specific post. And yes, comment. What does comment tell to you? Comment is not just commenting. Comment actually means something else. Comment means community interest. The interest of your community on that specific post. So the better we start seeing, the quicker we start understanding these things from an entrepreneurial point of view, the better for us. So it's not just that we are going to create content, it's that we are creating something that interests our community. What kind of post have you made that sparked interest, that created lots of comments? Go and create that post again and see what happens. Go back, look at what worked for you and see what happens. So when you get comments, it shows you community interest. The people who are interested in you, this community, they are interested in you. Some people are there they just love you. They'll just keep commenting. That means that your community has interest in you or your kind of post, or they just have that interest in you. That comments, that's real community for you. And then we have shares. When you see shares, is one of the reasons you see shares, apart from the fact that you've got community interest and people want to make you grow and just support you. When you get shares that are not from the people you love or from people who are really in your community, it's because the content has value. It's because the content has value. There is something they see in that post that they think it's helpful for other people, and that's why they share. Some people are just watching your post. They've never gotten to the end of the post. They're already sharing it because they feel it's good other people get to see it in their own community. And then when you see save, when people save your content, you see that people save your content. That means your content is evergreen. It's evergreen. It appeals. It's something that they would like to go back to watch, because that thing is not just that it got value. It's evergreen. It's something I can always fall back to. Think about it, guys. And then reactions. The reactions that you see there, it shows the emotional connection that your followers or your audience has with that specific post. This is a tweak. It's a tweak on how we see our content. Is a tweak on how we see our content. So not all engagement is equal. Let's have that in mind. Comments show conversations, shares expand reach, and saves means that your content is valuable, like I said. So it's time we have this understanding or these different eyes while looking at our content and whatever we are creating. Everybody's getting the monetization now. If you're not creating different content that can appeal to different audience, then why do you have the monetization? You have to start making content that appeal to different audience so that you can have good income. And now the next is followers and audience growth. Followers and audience growth. So this is helping you to track, it will help you track your tribe, the people in your community, the people in your community. So the first thing we have is the net followers. This is the number of follows that your profile received minus the number of unfollows displayed by the media type or the content that received the follows. And the next one we have is demographics. I know I talked about how we can understand our customer persona. In regards to demographics, this is the age, the gender, in your audience, among your audience, distribution among your audience on a specific post. So you know the people that actually watch the post, are they male, are they female, on this specific post? Who did this post actually uh, reach the most, who are people that really got engaged with this specific post. And then we have top location. Top location here we have top location. You have the countries in question that are your top countries or the top countries of audience in that particular post. Those people that come in from or people that watch your post, what countries are they from? What cities, what top countries actually view that, where the audience are concentrated, as the major place where your audience are concentrated. So knowing your audience helps you to craft relatable content, relatable content. Yes, because when you know your audience, these are the kind of people that follow me, or these are the kind of people I want to follow me. You see the two things, they're two different things. One is these are the audience that follow me, and the second is these are the kind of audience that I want to follow me. So when you see the kind of audience that you want to follow, so for instance, you create a post and then you go to your analytics, and the post in question that you created is regarding your digital business, and you have some kind of comments there from the people you want to follow you. Create those kind of contents because that's the kind of people you want in your community. Do you see that? Those are the kind of people you want in your community. So craft contents that can, those relatable content that can bring these same kind of people back into your comment section, back engaging with your posts. Do that. It helps. It helps. So it's not just about this amount of people viewed me. I talked about viral but broke in one of my videos on YouTube. So we don't want the viral but broke syndrome, whereby we go viral and then what happens to the people. I expect that I should go viral and the people who come in should be there because they can relate to my content. Because anything that I create that they can relate to, especially when it regards my business, they will definitely stay there. I don't want them to come in, look at me, and then hail me, and then they go on their way. No, I want them to hail me and stay on my page. That as digital business owners, we need to have that kind of attitude towards our business. So knowing what your audience likes, your ideal audience likes, helps you to craft relatable content. So go back and check for the content you made for your ideal audience and see how it's engaged. And then if you're seeing that it's not engaging well, it's time for us to start doing our research. When we get into the 90 days of business positioning, we will be diving in individually on what works for us. We have to go and start doing research. We'll be doing research, guys, for us to know the best things that work for our audience. Don't forget, Amaka, if you remember when I talked about understanding your target audience, understanding who this person is, bringing that person to life, seeing what that person likes, seeing why you're doing that thing for that person. Remember what we said in regards to that particular customer, that person, we have to start creating content for that person. We have to go and look out for what that person is always looking at. They are on different pages. If you create posts for them, they will come. They will come around. Facebook will Facebook will carry you and put you in front of them. I was doing a research of recent in regards digital marketing. So on this specific day, I'm giving you an example, and I was asking someone, I'm like, why do you think this happened? So let me give you an example of what happens to me. So I got a call in regards digital, like helping someone position their business on social media. And I'm like, okay, I think I need to get to know more of this, because the person is trying to do the person is trying to target campaign. They don't want to do leads, they want to generate leads, so they need me to help them in regards to that. And I know that I really don't do adverts. I'm not into social media advertising, but they're like, okay, we've seen what you're doing, but we just want you to come in and see if you can help us with this. So because of that, nobody was born with this knowledge. We all have to learn it. And I know that because I need to like expand my idea on, or expand my knowledge on this particular field, I have to learn more. So that specific day, before the person called me first, I went in and did the research on their business, their organization. I saw what they were doing. I'm like, okay, I can see one or two things here. And then I went, started searching, started doing my research, went on AI, asked some questions to spark conversations. Went on one of my programs that I've done, just like a research, dive back in on what I could do to help this person, what I could do to promote them more and all. And then I got some informations there. I'm like, okay, I have to go on Instagram. I'm not always on Instagram. I have to go on Instagram and do some research there. I followed up what they were telling me on the training that I did initially. And I went on Instagram and I was doing research on that. Guess what? The next day, while I don't know what took me on Instagram, and I just saw a specific post about a training. This is not just anyhow training. The training, or as in the training, it's specific. It just has to do with digital marketing. Not up to 24 hours. You remember I told you guys those cookies and analytics that we accept on our mobile phones or whatever we are doing. It helps us. It actually helps us though. For me, I saw it as, wow, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I've been researching for. And look at it just staring at me in my face. So AI did not come to do us bad, guys. It's here to help us improve, to see things that we are looking for in time. So those cookies and analytics helped me. It put together my search, what I'm looking for, what I'm brainstorming about, and brought what is like, okay, I think this could be helpful to you. Do you understand? I saw that and I'm like, wow. And I asked my friend, I'm like, why do you think this thing happened? Person like, maybe because I don't know. And I said, it's because I was doing research around this thing within the period of, like, within the last 12 hours. That's why this particular post came in front of me today. So why not? I told you, when you use the hashtags, your what they call it, your on your posts, your content goes to the faces of people that are looking for it. It joins the list of posts that's got that kind of hashtags, keywords. Yeah. When you understand your audience, your followers, sorry for deviating, but then when you understand your audience, your followers, you start create, you start, you'll be able to maximize whatever you have. You'll be able to maximize it to your benefits and their benefit. Yeah. So post when your audience is most active, also to maximize your reach. So I can't be in UK and then my audience are in India or America, and I'm saying good morning around the 12, maybe 12 a.m. my way is good evening their way. You see that? So I have to understand the people that are following me, people in my community, for me to be able to inform the kind of time I have to create certain kinds of posts. So the next thing we'll be emphasizing on here is using insights to improve your content. How then can we use our insights to improve our content? I've been emphasizing on it since, and so let's just quickly dive in. So actionable adjustment to make insights work for you. The first one is double down on top performing formats. Double down. That's go and look out for your top performing posts. You have to follow that one. Let's see how that works for you. Create more, create prototypes, repurpose high performing posts. So, for instance, you did a reel and it worked for you, you have to repurpose it. You have to repurpose it. You can put it in a photo. Yes, guys. So we have to repurpose our high performing posts. And next, we have to avoid low engagement content. So any content in question that was low engaging, we shouldn't really like go back into creating those kind of content, because definitely we'll keep receiving those low engagement. So let your audience tell you whatever your analytics is. Let it tell you what works for you. If reels perform better than photos, post more reels. If quotes get saved and shared, use them more. Use insights to fine tune your content. And then is the activities for this section. Remember, guys, I told us that I won't be giving the assessment or the activity for the part one. Is the part two that I'll be coming into. So what I want us to do is study your top three posts. Study your top three posts. Identify what worked for you. And so apply those insights to your next week's content. The insight you have gotten from three posts or three most best performing posts, identify it and then try to apply it into your next week's content. So for the activity that has the hashtag, I think these are CTA4, hashtag CTA4, hashtag Procreator Academy. What I want us to do for the activity for the CTA4 is what worked for you that you identified on your post. Put it down. Tell us what has worked for you, what your best performing posts. Just tell us what you understand from your insights, the insight you've looked at based on your three best performing posts. What worked for you? When you write what worked for you, hashtag Co-Creator Academy, hashtag CTA4. We want to see what has worked for you, and then we'll probably use this to help create some more content. So go to your dashboard after identifying your top three posts and ask yourself, what format did I use? What time did I post it? What was the caption? We should start repeating what works and let this analytics, guide our growth. Like I said, this wouldn't be a very long topic because it's a part to completion of the first one. Yes, we've come to the end of today's section. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to create your CTAs and let's keep keep on understanding what works for us, keep engaging, keep creating contents that are good for our ideal clients. Do ask questions if you have any question. We will be rounding up very soon regarding Facebook mastery, and then we'll dive into business positioning. But then I really need us to understand Facebook mastery, because at the end of the day, even if we're creating contents for our business and we're using the Facebook platform, we need to do things that works on Facebook so that we can earn well and really be well positioned. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time. Have a beautiful weekend.